I hit the start streaming button.
We've been trying to figure your shit out for like 2 months, and you were using the fucking browser.
Oh my god, it's streaming. Let me see if there's audio on this side over here. Let me turn off my stupid audio over here. So, hey everybody, it's me, Dolly Domofsky, coming at you live from anything else. Oh, built-in speakers.
Don't forget to tweet out the link.
Oh my god, holy shit. Say something.
Hey.
Hello
Hey,
there.
what's up, buddy? What's going on?
You got this figured out?
Dude, it worked. It worked. I heard you just talking on the other screen. Yes. Okay, I'm tweeting out this link. I am literally the stupidest person on the planet. But guess what, everybody? For the first time ever, I'm streaming this GD show. Sweetness. Okay, I'm gonna tweet this out. Hey, I'm Dolly Domofsky. I am one of the hosts of the SideQuest. Welcome to the SideQuest, AEW chat, live chat. I'm joined by Aaron Scratty Bones Kelly.
Hey, what's up?
And the Double J, JJ Holder.
Oh, yeah. Hey there.
Hey, you guys talk while I'm tweeting because I'm excited I actually did something.
I guess that's true, isn't it? We always use Google Hangouts, which means you've never actually streamed this before, right?
Correct.
Wow.
Look at you. You've grown.
See,
so
that
much.
puts everything into perspective here because for some reason, like the last, call it, 8 weeks?
Yeah. More.
That I've been broadcasting.
Since June.
Well, so the last however many weeks since that I've been broadcasting it, I just assumed that the reason I was doing it was because you were in between houses, so you didn't have the internet to do it. Never even registered the fact that we were using Google Hangouts before that, so you've never actually streamed it before. That makes it a little less bad that you were using the web app.
So, hey everybody, the whole reason I wasn't able to stream this entire time was I was using the web app and not the actual Discord app. And that's why we weren't getting any audio. That's why my audio was stuttering the whole time. That's why we were having all kinds of problems. And that came to that realization when I was having issues trying to get Chrome to work. And I casually mentioned, yeah, I'm just grabbing the browser. And then Aaron proceeded to lay into me and said, wait.
You need a plugin to use the browser. You need a plugin. That's why it wouldn't work. A different plugin to the Mac plugin that doesn't work.
And there are dogs.
Yeah? Boy, I don't know what...
Okay, I'm going to finish. Hey, what have you... I'll talk briefly about what I've been playing afterwards. Let's talk about what JJ's been playing because you're on the show for the first time. I think since our anniversary show way back in.
I think the last time I was doing anything was I was here for E3.
Okay, yeah, the E3.
Night.
Yeah, so that's true. That's right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. See, it's been a long time coming. But tell me, what have you been playing?
I just finished up Link's Awakening. So
Nice. I'm about halfway through right now.
Yeah, I just grabbed the Eon Super 64. So I've been digging Nintendo 60 play some old N64 games on over HDMI. So
nice.
that's been most of my weekend. So Majora's Mask over HDMI on original hardware. Pretty nice.
I'm hopeful that we get some HD level of N64 gaming on the Switch at some point.
Yeah,
So that's it. So what did you think of?
On there?
Tell me, what did you think of Zeldor?
Well, it was funny playing it because they changed, so I played the hell out of Link's Awakening since its release. So just to do exactly what I need to know how to do it, and not have any of those have been changed.
It's exactly the same.
Button mapping, yeah, just with the exception of some minor button mapping things, like not having to equip the Pegasus boots separately or something.
This is the one where you get to have sex with a giant whale, right?
It's a mermaid. Oh yeah, the whale at the end. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Spoilers. That's the Wednesday.
Which I think at one point they tell you it's neither a wind nor it's neither a fish nor has anything to do with the wind.
They
those
even say that to you in game. Yeah.
I'm being totally serious, by the way. Isn't like the Zelda history that like Link bangs the windfish at the end, and that's how the Zora people come to be?
I'm sure there's some sort of fan fiction, fan fishkin in that.
I don't remember reading that story, but
I might have gone a little too deep on AO3. Let's just pretend I didn't say any of that.
I loved the visual style of the game. I mean, it really was it was gorgeous. It was like watching a...
I would love to see a Link to the Past in that style.
I totally agree. I think that the tilt shifting that they used, which kind of blurs everything and out of focus and stuff, I think that was what was causing what might be a big reason that we're having issues with frame rates, because the frame rates are it's playable. It's not like it's unplayable or anything, and you get used to it fairly quickly. But you notice those frame rate issues.
I've never been particularly sensitive to frame rate for it, but like especially when like changing screens and entering and leaving buildings and stuff, it becomes incredibly noticeable.
Yes, yeah. But I liked it. Yeah, I loved the style of it.
Yeah.
Those quality of life improvements, just little adjustments, I think, really did did good.
Just learning from like, hey, you don't have to equip the Pegasus boots independently from having.
Yeah, you just use L.
Use L. Yeah, it's great. That was a pain in the ass.
Yeah, give me a Link to the Past. Give me. I'd love to see them remake the first Zelda game with this style too, just for the hell of it.
Based on what they are, it would make sense that the Oracle games would come, right?
Yeah, I think somebody else mentioned that too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine, because like the engine's there and the game was exactly the same as Awakening DX. So why not?
Those
Make the third one that never came out.
Yeah, that's true. Well, didn't the third one like eventually turn into Minish Cap? I heard that was the rumor. Like they had the third one, which let's see, Oracle. It was Ages, Seasons, and something else. Time or something.
No, not Time, because that's Ages.
Yeah,
that's already Time and Ages are the same thing. Yeah,
something like that. And then that third one just becoming a hassle trying to juggle all three of them, because they're interconnected. You can play all three and kind of bounce from one to the other. But I'd love to see a dual pack or like a remake just linking those two together. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, because not enough people played those games.
No, they're great.
They're great. I bought them both for the 3DS when they had the Virtual Console stuff there. But it's a good game. I like it. It looks good on a small screen. Looks good on a big screen.
I haven't really played it big on the TV.
Like docked. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I despite having both Switches, I've just been favoring the Lite now over the my TV. I don't know. That's always been me. I've always been a handheld first before consoles. I don't know.
Did you pick up a Switch Lite, or are you just?
Oh yeah. I got a Switch Lite.
Okay. So what do you think of the Switch Lite? I'm curious about your thoughts on it.
I love it. It's
Did you get the correct color?
I got yellow.
Oh, okay. That's a good color.
Because I buy everything in yellow. I got the yellow iPhone. I got the yellow.
Okay. You know
my
what?
Joy-Cons are the yellow ones.
It's funny is even the gray is kind of cool because it's a little bit more of a matte gray and not like a high gloss gray. So they're all kind of nice.
I like the texture of Lite. It's kind of got the plastic's got a nice texture to it. So it's I don't have particularly big hands either, so it's real comfortable for me.
Yeah. So. Okay. Anything else on the Switch or anywhere else have you been playing?
I played a little bit of the new Contra.
Okay.
No, absolutely not. No, not okay.
It's funny is because when they first showed that, everyone's like, "What the hell? What are they doing?" No, I mean, it looks bad, but maybe it'll be good. Apparently
I
it's
don't
not.
understand why they want to reinvent the wheel with Contra because it's too late to try to make Contra a modern franchise.
Mm-hmm.
So they went back and they just make like Contra 4 for the DS. Like they just took
Yeah.
a 2D side-scrolling Contra and just made a really good version of Contra that was sort of like a greatest hits of Contra at the same time as being a whole new game.
Mm-hmm.
This one is like it's a new game. It's like a twin stick shooter with like an isometric twin stick shooter with weapon cooldown and stuff. I'm like, I just want to hold down a button and have it shoot.
Yeah, I just want to blow up shit that's right in front of me and just
Yeah,
keep
and
moving
it,
from left to
and
right,
the
maybe
and
overhead.
the Switch version looks like shit.
Oh,
Like
does it really?
absolute garbage. Like it runs bad. The textures look like when it's Doom, Wolfenstein or something. I can give it a pass, but I don't know why this looks as it does. It's
Wow.
bad. Yeah,
Holy
I don't know.
cow.
It's terrible. I hated it. And I'm like, like they're charging $40 for it. It's still like I can just spend the $20 and get the Contra collection on the eShop for the Switch, and
Uh-huh.
it's exponentially a better value.
Huh.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's
Do not no. Don't even think about looking in its direction. There's a
don't
demo. You can
don't.
just
Okay, yeah, there you go.
yeah.
The demo is
Just
probably enough for everybody.
yeah. You download the Switch demo, you'll figure out immediately how bad that game is.
Cool. Okay. What about you, Aaron? What have you been playing, dude?
I mentioned it a little bit last week. I started playing that game called Dungeon Dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that game touts 70 hours of gameplay, and I think I'm 15 hours into a run, and
Mhm.
I'm at the final boss. Unless you beat that boss and the fucking game opens, like blows way open, I'm pretty sure I'm going to beat that game in way less than 70 hours. But I mean, it's exactly the style of game that I like, so I'm fine with it. Like, I've done 2 playthroughs, so I've got like 30 hours total into it.
Okay.
Maybe a little more, but yeah, it's okay. And I played a tiny little bit of Re-Legends since last week. I don't know if I like that game. That game, it seems like it's very much a game in the vein of like Stardew, where it's like, oh, you got a house and you got a little bit of a farm, and oh, there's combat. And the problem is it's 3D, and I can't figure out if there's a way to lock on in combat. So you're just trying to like aim your character at the enemies and hit them, but there's no way to lock on. So like I have a bow and I'm just like shooting past them a lot of the time. But I don't know. I'll give it another swing here, probably once I finish Dungeon Dreams. And I'm just double checking. I think that's everything. I don't think I've really played anything else right now.
Okay. Yeah, we talked about it being this, and actually, it's funny because we were getting a bunch of review codes, and we'll chat offline about those. But yeah, stuff is starting to drop, and it's this is October. Stuff dropped in September. We had a few big games there, but now it's like we said last week, it's like every week. It's funny because didn't the new Ghost Recon game like arrive last week?
Came out of nowhere. It released.
Nobody's even talking about it.
It released yesterday, I think, even though it was
Yeah.
a day early.
Nobody's talking about it. They're like, here, just take it, please, take it. The other one did great.
Yeah.
The other one lasted like the online game lasted forever. People loved that one.
Wildlands?
Was it Wildlands or?
Yeah, it was the previous one was Ghost Recon Wildlands, I do believe,
Yeah.
and
Oh,
that
okay.
game hung on just because it was like there was just enough there when you played it with people that it was like, okay, I could see myself coming back to this.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know anybody who's talking about this fucking thing, even
Nope.
though
Not even Tom, and Tom loves his Ubisoft shooters.
yeah, I don't know. I mean, bad guy's the Punisher, right?
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah,
he's the
yeah,
Punisher.
that's right.
He
Very
brought his
cool.
dog on
Yeah.
stage.
Yeah.
That's always a win.
I mean, the biggest problem for that game is it came out the same week as What the Golf.
Yes, everyone's been talking about that. I got to give that a shot. Literally.
Played that at PAX like 2 years ago and totally forgot about it until the Apple Arcade thing came up, and I was like, "Oh fuck yeah, that game!"
I think you mentioned it in that
Yeah,
short
I think
podcast that
when we
had
did
back
the
then.
episode, I was like, "Yeah," because it had super hot levels, and that made me
Yes.
like, "That's kind of weird."
Okay. So nothing else? That's it?
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
All of the games that I reached out for review code, I have heard nothing back.
Well, it's funny is I didn't hear anything back from anything, and all of a sudden, like weeks later, now I'm getting like, oh, here's this code, here's that code. We're sending you an SSD drive. Here's the tracking number. By the way, we're
I
getting an
got I
SSD
got I
drive.
got I got bone to pick with that off the air.
Okay.
I'm gonna shake my fist good naturedly off the air.
um, a lot of folks won't ship shit to Canada, by the way. Sorry about that.
Yeah, it turns out nobody wants to ship to Canada because it costs a shitload of money.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And there's all kinds of like stupid stuff they have to go through, especially now with sending stuff.
Except I totally get that. Except a lot of the time I'll look up people who go, we don't ship to Canada, and their factories are in Quebec.
Oh shit! Just like slide it over.
I was like, do you remember like the worst one was? Do you remember forever ago how much hassle it was to get that Assassin's Creed game to me?
Mm-hmm.
Ubisoft's in Montreal.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're a Canadian company.
Yeah. You'd think, just knock on your door at that point.
Just give me your address and I'll drive there. It's like an 18-hour drive, but I'll do it. Anyway, that's all I've been playing. I haven't been playing a whole hell of a lot.
Okay. Well, last week I started talking about stuff and I roboted out, so you didn't get to hear the majority of me talking about. I think I mentioned Mario Kart and Uncharted Goose Game. That sounds like an awesome game, by the way. Nathan Drake as a real Drake. Untitled Goose Game, which my daughter is absolutely loving. And it's a short game that's only like a couple hours long, but all I've been hearing
like the
is her
speed
laughing.
run time is down to like 4 minutes.
Yeah,
Under
exactly.
4 minutes.
Yeah. But it's just the stupidest game, but it's stupidly fun. I think any game that has some type of waterfowl like that and Duck Game they need to make a Howard the Duck game next, but they're all pretty good. So yeah, still playing that. We're just messing around with stuff.
It's everyone's favorite villagers in Animal Crossing.
Literally. I mentioned Mario Kart Tour. I've been playing more of that.
How do you feel with it? Because I finally booted that up.
It's free.
I feel like I'm figuring it out, but it also makes me realize that I have my Switch.
Yeah, I should just play it on my Switch. No, I'm not a fan of the controls. A little bit more difficult to, the swipe, the Tinder-based controls for this thing.
I feel like it's asking you to modify the controls to your liking too much. Like, oh, if this isn't working, then turn off manual drift or turn on manual drift. You're asking me to check too many boxes to control Mario Kart. Like,
yep.
Racing games have existed on this platform for years,
and they don't have real racers yet. Those are all fake racers right now. So everybody you're racing against, like I've started them just to check. Started the match. Swipe down to turn off the Wi-Fi on my phone network, and I've gone into like airplane mode. I'm still racing these folks, so and they're not real names either. So actual multiplayer won't arrive for a while, but they mentioned, but whatever. So it's Mario Kart. It's simple Mario Kart.
I did start playing that Call of Duty mobile.
Oh, well, yeah. What do you think of that? I downloaded it, but I haven't started it yet.
Kind of like it. Like, you recognize all of the trappings of a game going on there, where it's like, buy our battle pass so you get the more goods and stuff. But it's just like, it's like baby's like version of Call of Duty. Like, it has it's really easy to aim and fire and shoot. Mm-hmm. There's really no like triggers or anything. It's just sort of like automatic fire and stuff. It's a fun time suck, but it's not it's not Call of Duty. But
is it always online?
It certainly seems to be.
Okay. So I can't play it in the office toilet, is what you're telling me, where I have no reception.
Yeah, I haven't played too much, but so I haven't gotten to the level I need to get to the Battle Royale mode.
Got it.
I've played a few matches, and you can tell that it's like, these are bots, right? Because they're just either that or just everybody equally suck.
Yeah, it could be the latter, because it is just starting off. But then there's folks who live off of Fortnite and PUBG on mobile and absolutely love it.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah. You could tell it's like trying to, I don't know, accessible version of this game.
It's the taste of Call of Duty for those folks who only play the single player campaign on on consoles.
Yeah.
Okay, I might. I mean,
At
like I
least-
said, I downloaded it. I'll give it a shot.
I'm interested. Yeah, I thought it was good enough.
I
Keep on my
can.
phone for a little bit more.
I can. So yeah, I mentioned I was playing Legend of Zelda. I haven't picked up Dragon Quest yet, 11. Only because I don't need a 100-hour game at the moment. I have a lot
Right
of
now.
my backlog of 100-hour games is already pretty deep.
Yeah.
And I'm just kind of plowing through these smaller ones. I'll have Zelda completed in the next. I mean, if I sat down, I could whip through Zelda fairly quickly. I think speedruns of that game are like, I mean, the original Game Boy game version are like what, minutes, basically half hour, whatever.
Yeah.
So, and this is even less because the screen is always scrolling. I mean, you can get from one end of the island to the other in a matter of like maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes if you're really slow checking out scenery. But so I figured, I always liked the retro Dragon Warrior games, and I had the original Dragon Warrior game downloaded to my phone, and it didn't use the shitty graphics, the Microsoft Photoshop graphics, Microsoft Paint graphics that they have on the HD versions. And the original Dragon Quest game, I'm like, okay, I remember why I liked this way back in the day and why things have gone so far from there. But because you can get OP very quickly if you play your cards right. So, but I figured, I haven't played Dragon Quest 2 and Dragon Quest 3. Dragon Quest 3 and 4 are like two of my favorite RPGs of all time, and I'm like, I literally haven't played those since the NES. I think I have Dragon Quest 1 and 2 or Dragon Warrior 1 and 2 like on a combo cart for the Game Boy Color. That's just kind of sitting over here somewhere, but I figured, let me download Dragon Quest 2 for the Switch, and I could play that and enjoy it. So I hit the download button. I was kind of flipping through there, download button. Fell asleep on the couch. Woke up the next morning, and I'm like, I'm going to take my Switch. Actually, I packed my Switch up, and I took it to work with me. And I'm like, I'll play in the car at lunchtime. I'll kill like a half hour in the car. Open it up, and I downloaded the original Dragon Quest by accident. I'm like, son of a bitch. I just spent $4.99 plus tax on the original Dragon Quest. And it is way worse than even the stupid mobile version. So I actually ended up just taking the mobile version out and started playing that again. I was comparing the two, and the visuals are better on the mobile version than they are on the Switch version.
I mean, for those ones, it's like I have NES carts,
Sure,
so it's easy to play those, and I think for what little graphics they have, especially one, like I'd much rather deal with those and having to hook up my NES than deal with Dragon Quest 1 is on the Switch. Right? Did they put Dragon Quest 4 on the DS, right? That was
yes, they remade it. Yeah, they did the remake of 4, 5, and 6. And 4 was really good. They included a whole new chapter because you could actually play as like the Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, that was on the PlayStation version of the 6th chapter or something.
It was, and then they remade
that. And then they basically remade the PlayStation version of Dragon Quest 4.
Yeah, actually,
that's pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome. 4, 5, and 6. I'm actually like 2/3 of the way through 6 on the DS. I've been playing it on my 3DS. And the problem with that one is that you can get lost really quick in the story because the game opens up very quickly in the second half of the game, and you can go anywhere almost right from the get-go. There's like this big time shift or dark world light world shift.
I made the mistake of stop playing 6.
Exactly. And then you come back
like 6 months later, and you're like, uh-oh.
Yep.
That's
exactly what happened to me, so I have no fucking idea which way I'm going with 6. But you either start over or you just like try to go to the next town and solve stuff. Because don't bother going to like Game Facts and figuring anything out, because you'll read something about a town and you're like, wait, I thought I already did that. Yeah. And then you finish it in the next town you did already do. So anyways, until I get to Dragon Quest 11 or Dragon Quest 2, I can mention that I've been playing Mario and Sonic, the Olympic game, the Tokyo 2020. It's funny because
who's your main?
who's my main. I've been using Bowser surprisingly. I can only give like just some rough impressions about the game. I think that's what they're holding us to, and it's fine because I've only played it for like a total of an hour so far.
Is Luigi in it?
Luigi is in it. I can tell you that.
Is
I can tell you
Waluigi in it?
What I can say about it is it's less. If you've played the previous Mario and Sonic Olympic games, it's less like those. And we only played quick play, so that's all we've been kind of messing around with. My daughter and I. She loved the original, like the last Mario and Sonic game for the Wii U. That one was actually pretty cool because like each of the individual or the different events on there had quite a bit of meat to them. Like even the dancing and the gymnastics and all that kind of stuff, the swimming, all had like quite a bit of stuff like to do. It's much more simplified in this one. Like it really is like 2 button presses and you're just doing those over and over again. So it feels more like Mario Party games, like a bunch of Mario Party games, because they've packed so many events into this rather than a traditional Mario and Sonic Olympics. So that's what kind of feels like. And again, I don't know if that's going to be good or bad. I haven't played it. There's a story mode. I haven't played any of that kind of stuff. But I did play the 8-bit games, and holy shit, those are cool. Like it really does feel like it's track and I can say this because they've shown this in videos and stuff, but it feels like track and field, like the old track and field NES games and like Excite Bike, that kind of stuff. With like you have Mario in like 8-bit graphics and you have Sonic in 16-bit graphics right next to each other. And it's so freaking hilarious, especially when you do like the diving competition, because there's like we play the diving competition. It's basically like Simon Says. So you're like tap up, right, down, right, left. And that's how they do their different moves. But just seeing how they animate the 8-bit characters and 16-bit characters is freaking... Because it's almost as if they use the actual animation cells from those original games. So this is like...
Well, because I remember from the like trailer... They show Bowser just diving off the board, and it's just like, oh, we're just going to keep rotating.
Yeah, it's basically, he rotated this way, then you rotated that way, and then he flipped sides, and it's freaking hilarious. You're never paying attention to that because you're trying to figure out what button presses are, but I found that strangely enjoyable. But it's also really funny when you miss the water and it just goes like splat. But they took a voice recording and synthesized it and made it sound like the double dribble from the old NES game. Double dribble. Can he make the jump? That was a great jump. That was a great splash. It's so funny that they actually went to that level of turning it into a classic style game. So yeah, it seems like more bite-sized Olympic events rather than full ones. But again, I've only played the quick play, so stay tuned to SideQuesting I think the review embargo and all that kind of stuff is in November or whatever. When the game launches, I guess, somewhere around there. But I'm glad they put this retro stuff in there because it really does mix up. I can see myself playing more of that than the regular Olympic stuff because it's such a weird, cool, unique little way to play these things. So
it's those kinds of things that you look at and you're like, well, that should be what the mobile game is.
Exactly. That was always the Mario and Sonic. Like everyone always talked about what would Mario versus Sonic be like. This is what it would have been like. The 8-bit versus 16-bit. Shit, they could have done 16-bit versus 16-bit, and that would have been cool too. But I do like.
It would have been funny if they did go with the like the Master System version of Sonic for some reason.
Oh god, yeah, that would have been awesome. But this is I could totally see like the mobile version being that way. But I like it. It's that's my impression. Like I said, an hour into it, just playing the quick play, so none of the other like ranked or online or anything like that, or story mode. But I don't even think I can talk about those anyway. So that's all I'm looking through my phone. I haven't played anything else on there. So yeah, that's it. That's all I've been playing. We can talk about news though. News is always good to talk about. We're at that point.
I got 2 news stories.
Cool.
I
got a third
2.
one. Let me start.
Good.
The first one is I managed to fucking stream. So yeah, that's it. Give me a game award now, Jeff Keighley. I'm trending gamer. I did it. Okay, now go with the real news
Friendship
story.
with Kojima over.
Yeah.
How dare you come after my trending gamer 2019 chances? Yeah, I got two news stories, and they're fast ones. The first one was reported by Matt Perslow from IGN, and that's that the PS4 crossplay exists, and it's probably officially launching with Call of Duty this year.
Okay.
So
Yay!
Finally,
it
we did
exists. It exists. We've seen it crop up from time to time with some games like Fortnite and Rocket League and
Rocket
shit like
League,
that.
yeah.
And apparently it's in beta for developers right now.
Hmm.
And the rumor is that it's coming officially next month, I guess, November 7th. When does Call of Duty
Oh wow,
launch?
yeah, like right around that.
Yeah.
No, it's end of October.
End of October. And then the quote, the interesting quote regarding it is from SEI president, I believe he's SEI president Jack Ryan, who said that the track record of the incumbent platform winning the next time around is not a great one. So the major thrust of my executive energy is to avoid complacency.
All right.
That was what he said about crossplay, which seems a little vague.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then my second story is Sean Layden left Sony.
Sean Layden. So
Yeah.
there's.
Uh,
Go ahead.
yeah, so this was weird. So Sony announced via Twitter that Sean Layden was leaving. Sean Layden himself hadn't tweeted anything. There were no rumors about this. Usually there's like something leading up to something.
Yeah.
Nobody had heard anything. And then it came out that afterwards that there was apparently a rumored power struggle within Sony, and he was leaving because of SIE president Jim Ryan.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so apparently there was a power struggle. They were trying to take the company in two different directions, and I guess Layden was just like, "Fuck it, I'm out."
It's funny
All right.
because we were. It was a very terse statement. It was like, I mean, I'm paraphrasing, but it was like, "Oh shit, sorry to see you go, Sean." That's it.
It was very
That's
great
like it was
emotion
very
to me now.
sarcastic.
Yeah,
It was very much with the
darn.
WWE buddy.
Yeah.
We wish you your best in future endeavors, kind of.
and for anybody who doesn't know why this is newsworthy, Sean Layden has been with Sony for 30 years.
Yeah, it's like since the '80s, like almost
Yeah.
like in
Like
late '80s.
the late 80s. Like he
Yeah.
started at Sony, and then he's been vice president of various divisions. He's been president of divisions. He's been like chief officer positions of a bunch of divisions within Sony. He was most recently the chairman of Sony SIE Worldwide Studios, which is not insignificant. Like this dude's got a history and a pedigree with Sony, and just gone.
Yeah.
Out the door.
That's one of those stories that, you know, in 15 years or whatever is going to come out in like a tell-all or some shit like that.
Yeah, that'll be a console wars book style book that explains the power struggle behind the scenes at Sony.
And I mean, like, if you think this isn't weird, like, just contrast it to a year ago with Reggie, right?
Yeah.
You're right.
Like, Reggie had a series of videos announcing
Yeah,
his
he had a
departure.
farewell. Yeah, like.
But, yeah. Those are my two news stories. That's
Yeah,
it. That's all the news that happened this week.
It is really bizarre though. I mean, back to the Sean Layden stuff. It's what kind of gets me about this is the PS5 is launching, right? And you
Yeah.
part of me wonders if that has a direct influence on a lot of this stuff, because there's a big the power struggles there, obviously. Sean has been the face of Sony's kind of outward stuff, at least from like a high managerial perspective. Very like casual dude, down to earth, people, very easy to talk to, and someone that people actually trust. He's not like a Kaz. He's not a business guy. He's actually someone who's been in the trenches, and he knows what he's talking about, and he loves the company, and he loves gaming in general, and he's willing to work with folks as best as he can.
Kaz Hirai comes out on stage, and you're like, oh, yeah, it's Kaz. What's up, man?
Yeah.
How's it going? Big handshake. Sean Layden comes out on stage, and you're like, okay, I'm going to listen to what he says. He knows what he's about.
Yep. So, it's going to be really interesting to see what's going to happen here with the PS5 launch, because something tells me that that nobody really knows what's going to happen with this thing. I mean, is it like Zach was saying, Quest was saying in the chat in Discord? It feels like this next gen is just SSDs and a little bit more
Yeah.
RAM, and that's it.
Yeah, and RAM.
So the reason I included these two stories the way I did is because do you think with comments like what Jack Ryan was quoted as making, like do you think he
Jim Ryan,
owns it?
because Jack Ryan he's going to be murdering.
Jim Ryan.
He's gonna save the world.
Jack Ryan's the super spy. Jim
Yeah.
Ryan's the dude. With quotes like he's making, do you think he comes out and owns it if the PS5 fails? Like if it flips back over to Microsoft for this generation, do you think he comes out and goes, "Yeah, my bad. It was my executive energy that put us where we are."
I don't think anyone will ever own up something if a console flops that way. No one will. Everyone will know, and there will be a wink and a nod.
But as I was saying to you guys before we started recording, it's a good thing that I only had 2 news stories because I have a topic of discussion.
Oh, let's do it.
I want to ask you guys who have graced the show with your presence and good internet connections. What do you think the most influential video game of this decade has been? Because we are at the end.
That's true. We are at the end of this decade.
Like anything that comes out beyond this point, even if it's a total banger, there's not enough time left for it to be influential to the decade.
What
do you guys think? I know what I think.
Yeah.
Why don't you guys go first? That's a good question.
Yeah.
I think it's Skyrim.
You think Skyrim?
I think Skyrim, aside from just the fact that it's been a video game that has fucking staying power, has been involved in so much stuff that's really shaped how things happen as we go on. Like Skyrim really brought
that
modding.
Was 11-11, right? 11-11-11. We're releasing Skyrim.
Skyrim brought modding to the forefront. Like mods in games these days are an expected feature, and I think that really kicked off with Skyrim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Along the same lines, Skyrim was the reason that paid mods don't exist anymore. They got floated. They got floated by Bethesda for Skyrim, and to a lesser extent Fallout. And there was so much hate for that you don't see paid mods anymore.
Yeah.
Everybody likes clean faces in their video games. That's a Skyrim mod.
Yeah.
On them. Open world games, Skyrim.
Yeah.
Like
there was that stretch where everything was like Skyrim with guns or whatever. Like everyone was trying to sell their game as the next Skyrim. Everyone was trying to ape the style of Skyrim. To this day, everyone's just trying to want to make a game that's infinitely playable as Skyrim.
You step into the world of like internet humor, and that fucking Skyrim opening meme still has legs.
Still, like
like I saw a new one of those yesterday.
Yeah. I'll never get tired of seeing Macho Man Randy Savage Dragon. So.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah, fire breath.
Yeah.
But okay. So that's where my money is. I'm saying Skyrim.
I mean, it's on everything. It's on a freaking Alexa, right? Sorry, set off somebody's Alexa. Alexa, buy Skyrim.
It's hard to argue Skyrim. I mean, like Minecraft. I mean, think about how. Like
Minecraft's another good one. Although
that launched,
I don't know what it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, when did it launch?
No one knows the actual launcher of Minecraft. It's
2011.
Go ahead. What was that?
Release was 18th November of 2011.
That was the final release, right? Because it was
0.08 for or whatever. 5 years.
Well, so it's a week after Skyrim. Basically, the same week as Skyrim.
Yeah. So Minecraft saying giving Minecraft the release date of 2011 is interesting because Minecraft is the game that sort of forced the conversation about like what do we count as a release.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like Minecraft was the game that it was like, well, can we review Minecraft because it's not officially out yet? Now we just review early access stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
if you want to make that argument about Minecraft being the most influential game of the decade, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, think about, if for nothing else, what Minecraft did to Let's Plays and like internet. Like people have careers that revolve that were created because of them streaming Minecraft. I
And
mean,
still,
still, like I
Still.
mean, PewDiePie or whatever, Minecraft stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's
Minecraft
pretty-
first released to the public in its kind of early forms May 17th, 2009.
2009.
Yeah, but full official release in 2011. That kind of heralded the big mass kind of gaming projects that are going to be built for everybody to get into. Like Minecraft is one of those. Roblox, for those people who know Roblox, that's something there. Obviously Fortnite. It's the mass appeal stuff that appears on everything. Yeah. Yep.
and it's so easily scalable. They can so many people can just play Minecraft. Like,
Minecraft makes me laugh because there was a stretch of years there where it seemed to finally be dying off as other things took over. And in the last 6 months, it's had a resurgence among the streaming community. There's streamers out there that are established, really popular variety streamers who are like, I'm going to play some Minecraft. Everybody's picking it up at the same time. And all these streamers are like, yeah, I've never played it before. It's like, you joking? 150 million people have played this game. You never played it before? But
what was that?
How do I put this meat in this painting?
Yeah. But yeah. What about you? What do you think is...
So there were two that I was thinking about.
We took the two good ones.
You guys took the two good ones. There's two ways I can go with this. One is by focusing on the positive, and one focusing on the negative, and both have a lot of merit. So let's start with, let me do the negative one first. What is if you were to throw anything negative about gaming, about actual video games, what's probably the most negative thing? What's the dumbest thing that people most hate right now about games?
Loot boxes.
Loot boxes or microtransactions.
Yeah, microtransactions. That's all started with Candy Crush in 2012 when the stupid gems and microtransactions. And I bring that up because mobile gaming, the whole idea of this junk in microtransaction, when games went free on mobile, the whole free-to-play thing spilled over very quickly into console stuff. I mean, was it 2013 that the Xbox One and the PS4 launched? Was it that time frame, right? Somewhere around there?
Yeah.
They basically, we were already Candy Crush came out in 2012. We were already talking about shitty microtransactions. There were always little microtransaction based things, but people really didn't get into it. Remember the horse armor? People got pissed off because you were actually paying money for horse armor. Now I look back, I'm like, that's what I would actually be paying for. That's totally fine right now compared to whatever's happened.
Most people would much rather be performing pay money for a cosmetic thing than this is. This would have been in the normal game, but now I have to pay $4.
So that dumb addictive. I think that the looting of America, kind of the fleecing of America, fleecing of video gamers, started with, at least in the modern sense, the whole loot box thing sort of really was getting kicked off with Candy Crush. Even though Candy Crush isn't a loot box, it's that horrible gem-based microtransaction where the game is forcing you to pay to win, essentially.
Still one of the most popular games.
It still is. Still shows up. Yeah. Still shows up. Positive, and this is... I was trying to figure out what did I want for... I was actually looking Metacritic. I'm like, what fucking game? And it's not listed on Metacritic. Influential. I tried to figure out how you could make it influential. I mean, there's games of the decade, but then there's games that have a lot of high influence. Elder Scrolls is a great one.
I mean, look, even the Legend of Zelda, that just recently came out, is definitely
Breath of the Wild is
by
up there.
Skyrim. Yeah,
I'm gonna throw down Mass Effect 2. And the reason I bring in Mass Effect 2, I think that was 2012, somewhere around there, 2011, whatever, somewhere around the time frame. Because Mass Effect 3 came out for the Switch, and that turned out awesome. Mass Effect 2, because it sort of heralded, like it's universally like loved. Everybody that plays Mass Effect 2 essentially loves the game. I mean, it's got fantastic storytelling, really engaging characters. They're all shitty like people, but then they get redeemed by the end of the story, and it's the Empire Strikes Back of the Mass Effect series. That's been compared to a million times, but it brought this whole different type of focused storytelling and mature storytelling into video games, where like the sex scenes, they were planned, and you had to do certain things, and they were very mature. It wasn't just like, we're gonna bang every alien out, we're gonna go into all the brothels and bang everyone. No, there was actually, you had to work towards stuff. The characters that you ran into were great. The ship design was fantastic. Even how Shepard dies at the end of the first game, he's alive at the beginning of the second one because they just kind of cloned him or whatever, so but the storyline worked. They made things very mature. They really got down, they nailed the controls. They nailed a bunch of the selection between good and bad choices and that kind of stuff. Items, I remember the item management was really good, and I think that has influenced aspects of that, not the actual like copycatting of mechanics, but the maturity level of that stuff influenced a lot of things, because you started to see a lot more mature kind of thinking person's games come out of that. And I think that actually directly led into some of the stuff like, some of the more emotional experiences that came out.
You definitely saw a trend towards putting time and effort into a script.
Yes.
Like
the first Mass Effect, I remember the selling point for that was, guess what? You can play this game as an action game, you can play it as a turn-based game, and it's a space RPG, and that was it. And it's on Xbox 360. That was it. Mass Effect 2 was the story. I mean, you heard more about the story than you did about, because it was really engaging. So
Mass Effect 2 is like, hey, you want to have sex with some bird people?
Hell yeah, I do.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
and
you better be
very
committed
normal.
because you're gonna have to be committed to it, because we're not just gonna you're gonna have to earn it.
You're gonna have to earn it. So yeah,
you're gonna have to.
Mass Effect 2, because I thought you could throw a Zelda in there. Breath of the Wild is so recent, and it has influenced the open world stuff.
Yeah, and also Breath of the Wild was just by, like you said, Skyrim or something. It's and like it's just a really for Nintendo a fine version of a genre they're not particularly comfortable with.
Yep. Hey, how do you feel about blue people?
With tentacles. That's how you prolong the races, with the different DNA.
I'm just saying, you want to talk about Mass Effect 2, it really brought having sex with aliens to the forefront of the public consciousness.
It did. It totally did.
I mean, think about what you see on
Internet
Twitter on a daily basis.
Internet webcomics everywhere making their joke about having sex with aliens.
Yes. I had thought about a bunch of other games, but I think those, to me, that felt like a strong addition. So
I'm gonna go on Twitter right now and search for alien sex.
And there we go. What was the poster that somebody had at the Area 51 thing?
Here's a tweet from 8 minutes ago from a user named Glazed Donuts, and all it says is hot alien sex. I blame Mass Effect 2.
They're playing Mass Effect 2 as we speak.
They're playing Mass Effect 2. It's funny because it brings up that I saw the photo of the kid who had the sign at the Area 51 raid that just said, "Make them alien cheeks clap," and I thought that was just beautiful. That's fantastic. It's the point that we're at now. But good conversation. Good point. We'll have to bring this up to Sam and you guys remember Tom?
No.
Okay, absolutely.
Me neither.
I don't. What's Tom been up to?
Who knows? That's it. That's all we got. I think that's our show.
That is the show.
Guys. I was able to stream, and now I can stream. I'm excited. I gotta stream.
Now that I'm thinking about it, do you think that Sony dropping the price PlayStation Now will change anyone's reaction to that service?
No,
because everything is limited.
Too far gone. Yeah, it's too far gone at this point, and it's like Game Pass has it beat in every aspect. Yes, the news headlines of play God of PC now, kind of.
So PlayStation Now, even with the price drop, it evokes the image of a dude lost in the desert, like drinking drips out of a cactus leaf.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, fucking the Xbox one, the Microsoft one, is
Yeah.
that GIF of the girl getting hit in the face with like 1,000 hot dogs. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Just wanted one wiener and got them all.
Yep.
Yeah. All right, Aaron,
Alright.
Mr. Fireball Twitch affiliate, Aaron Scrotty Bones Kelly. Thank you for
I haven't.
giving up the.
I didn't stream all September. I moved into my new apartment. I was all set up for like by September 4th or whatever.
Mhm.
And then I realized that September is September on Twitch.
Shit.
Good.
And I was just like, I'm not going to do it. And so I'm probably going to stream actually tomorrow. And I'm going to say, it's my first September stream because I'm a
that's
Twitch
awesome.
affiliate. But
That's
it's
awesome.
October, so the event's over.
That's perfect. That's such an Aaron thing to do.
Yeah.
Rage Against the Machine over
I had
there.
to do it.
Against the dying of the light. All right, and JJ, thank you as well.
Oh yeah.
Yes, it's always good to have you have a friendly, pretty face on the show, and your face lights us all up. I'm Dolly Demofsky. You can find me at Dolly Demofsky. You can find us at SideQuesting and SideQuesting TV and SideQuesting.com. Yada yada. Rate and review. Yada yada. Aaron, where can we find you?
You can find me at Twitch and Twitter at Scratty Bones. You can also find me in the chat of this show when it's live, like right now, where I'm reading a tweet from Christopher Noonan saying Minecraft is making a huge comeback. They're adding emotes.
Oh, emotes.
Okay.
Very good, very good. JJ, where can we find you, bud?
Twitter at the_dub_J.
Twitter. When Twitter's working.
Or you can listen to my Disney podcast, DisneyCompendium.com.
There we go. Yeah, so check out Disney Compendium. It's an awesome, awesome podcast. It's actually like one of the ones that I listen to. At the best part about Disney Compendium at the office. Obviously you can't watch movies when you're working on top secret car stuff, but you can listen to people talk about movies, and that's just as good. Stuff. You guys suggested. I think the last one I read was Fantasia 2000. Let's listen to
Fantasia 2000.
Is
Dinosaur.
Yes.
Is Shuri
a
Disney princess?
Is who?
Is Shuri a Disney princess?
I mean, if you're going to go down the act Disney, because they have a in-depth guide of how to be a Disney princess. No.
But is the Xenomorph
Anna
queen...
and Elsa aren't even Disney princesses. So.
Oh, really? Okay.
How fucking dare you?
Now, contextually, yes, absolutely. But, like, in terms of legalities in Disney releases, no.
Are you gonna be hitting up the Pixar stuff?
Eventually.
Okay.
Season 1 is screaming towards a close. I just finished editing the dinosaur episodes. That'll be up by the time you hear this. And then so we've only got a handful of years left of Disney movies.
Before they all switch to like 3D and stuff.
90s sitcom?
Yeah. But then listen, on the dinosaur episode, we spend more time talking about other dinosaur movies and TV shows than we do the actual movie itself.
You know what would be really great as sort of like a B-side series is to do those really shitty sequels that they did in the 90s, like the Cinderella 2 and Lion King 2 and 3 and Aladdin 2, that kind of, that'd be kind of funny.
The plan is that once Plus comes out, we can really expand.
Oh yeah, one more month.
Certain things are kind of really to get. So,
sure.
like, I have it, but my co-host sometimes doesn't, so figure out some ways to get it to him. But once Disney Plus is out, I'll just like, okay, we're going to do the Mr. Boogedy, that was the ABC family movie of the night.
I remember that. Boogedy Boo!
But
that terrified me as a kid in the 80s, by the way.
Yeah, but after we do the movies, we're going to move on to theme park stuff. And
cool.
After theme park stuff, back to movies. So.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Then Disney games.
I've got something that works for that. A
Nice.
separate entity.
Disney Kart Pendium. There you go. All right, everybody. That's been it. Thank you. Thanks, Sean Layden, for all your help. Thanks for being on the show, Sean Layden. We love you. Love you. Love you. Coming to SideQuesting. We'll see you guys and friends on the next SideQuest. Bye.
Friend of the show, Sean Layden.
Friend of the show, Sean Layden.
That's why he left Sony to join SideQuest.